I'm really hoping that that's like a stick coming out of a clump of mud instead of a bone coming out. Or there's something there. I'm hoping that's a stick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like that's a stick, right?
There are some mornings when we start our searches that our morning does not always start out like we expect it to. This morning, we are in Shreveport, Louisiana, looking for Savannah Hale, who went missing May 3rd of 2022. She's driving a 2012 Kia Forte. Now, the thing is we have done 4 other searches looking for Savannah in the area, and we're missing something. We have not found her yet.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
We went over here last time. Yeah, beautiful. So what we're going to be doing at this point in time is, even though we have searched this bridge and underneath here at the 220, there's an opening where Savannah could have driven right on into the river there. You know what's great about this, Dave? Always an adventure. Thank you, sir. It'll be a windy day today, Dave, but luckily for most of what our searching, we're gonna be down in these holes. Let me give, if you guys have never been with us before, we're gonna give you a little sonar overview. Normally I run down imaging, side imaging, and live scope. However, on the last couple of searches I've been doing, I've been finding that giving a full screen just on side imaging and a full screen on live scope has been working a lot better for me, because my live scope is picking up anything that's down. So with that being said, the side imaging here, you can see I'm casting 75 feet to the left and 75 feet to the right. Now with that, what it allows me to do is it allows me to identify how far over a vehicle or one of our targets might be. The way that we read this is anything that's in black, you see the boat icon going, and that's the direction of travel, and anything that's in black is our depth. So if you look over on the left here, you'll see that our depth is 12 feet, and if you look within that grid range, you'll see the black is roughly 12 feet over towards that 18. On the right-hand side of the screen also, where it's roughly 20 feet, is the shoreline here, and you'll see that's darker black. Well, that's because we can't see past the shore. Over here on the left, we can see things such as, trees. So here's here's the tree itself, and here's the shadow of the tree. So what we're looking for is we're looking for these shadows to help us identify if there's any targets in here that we're interested in. Now over here on the live scope, you can actually see things happening in real time. So if a fish swims by in real time, you're gonna see it in real time. Now I cannot stroll back on the live scope, but over here on the on the side imaging, I had the ability to scroll back and zoom in on something if I want to and identify the target. Now with the car, we're looking for something that's roughly 14 to 20 feet in length, depending on whether we're looking for Ernest Franklin today. He's went missing in a Cadillac DeVille, where Savannah went missing in a Kia Forte. So different size cars, but again, we're looking for within that grid line, what can we do to identify the scale of it? That way we can then start pinpointing and get right over the top of it. So if you turn, Dave, and look where those power lines are crossing the road, that's where we want to go and get to, because that's where the levee road has a straight shot that you could get some speed and end up in the water right there. Well, so this has some good depth. Yeah, so it's 18 right now. It's not too bad. Not like the water we've been at in Florida recently. Those were 30 to 40. Yeah, real clean bottom makes it easy for scanning. So here's that opening that we're interested in up here, Dave. Yeah, nothing here. And I start getting shallow. Nothing, Dave. Now where you're pointing at right now, Dave, is where the power lines head across the road there as well. That's going to be the side of the river where her house is at. But I didn't see off of that one any access into the river there. So today you are going to notice that we are rescanning some of the locations that we've done on a previous episode. And a lot of the reason for that is when a vehicle goes in the water, a newer vehicle, it's still nice and clean and shiny. And for that reason, Sonar doesn't capture it in the same way once it has been underwater for a lot longer period of time. Once more of the sand sediment has really attached to the vehicle, it gives us a much better reading. So that's for that reason, that's why we are double checking some of these locations that we feel are going to be more probable, especially for these locations that are closer to her home. Things like this are not out of the question when you see something where you got to gap it a little bit. We once had a gentleman that launched it over 100, 120 feet off of a hillside into the river. I mean, it really opens your mind when you start searching of your previous experiences of what you found located that brings it into the next search. And so with that, we hopefully become a little more smarter and smarter with each search that we do. I never saw this buoy before, or this bayou before. This goes back towards her house. This is also right off of the highway up there, off of 220. I don't think she would choose it though. We'll check it. You don't have a guardrail up there, you could end up in here. That's deeper now. I have a car. I have a car right there. Right there. I can't tell what it is. It's only 1.5 feet underwater. That's the exit that takes you to the Chevron station. We're only like half a mile from her house. Came right through there. Here's a car part. So we have some car parts down here. That's off a semi, so that's not that. I think this is off of a semi also. This is Ford. I think you have more than one accident down here. Look, you're missing fence right here too. Which puts you right where that's at. So I think what we'll do is we'll send Bill up to the fire station to talk to the fire chief up there Can you run up to fire station number 2 closest to this location and see if they know about the car in here? Yeah, this is really shallow this time coming through here. Yeah. That's a terrible read. See, this is where we parked up above before and put in. And so it should be, I thought, it was 10 to 15 feet deep here. But this is only reading 5 feet deep for some reason. Doesn't make sense. It should be 13 feet deep here. Like, is it just so crappy that it's not reading at all? Oh yeah, we're hitting bottom. It is that shallow. Crazy. This thing is really filled in with silt. It wasn't this shallow before. Go back and look at the footage. It was 13 feet deep last time. Yeah, look at the fish heads there. We have a magnet. Let me just drop a magnet just to verify this, because this is weird. Yeah, that's bottom right there. Yeah, so whatever was in here is now covered. So whatever cars were 13 feet deep here are now 8 feet under silt. So these 2 bridges down here are the bridges that she would, actually the 3 bridges, are the bridges she would drive back and forth across to go to Fatty Arbuckles and back to home. We don't have the fish cover that we had last time, so that's good news. Right on the other side of this bridge where there's a city park that's over here. A lot deeper on this side than that side. That side is only 6 feet deep. We're in the Red River now is where we're at. Parking lot right up there. That's on the side just down the street from Fatty Arbuckles. You know, the other thing that we have to figure out, you know, does she care if anybody sees her do this? Or is this something that she wants to do in private? If she doesn't mind, and then we have this parking lot here, you know, people from the Horseshoe Hotel over there could see her. Somebody have to be looking out at that moment in time. Hello.
Jared.
Yes.
Yes, Captain John May with the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office.
Hey, Captain, how you doing?
Doing good. We're trying to find you.
So I'm in 12 Mile right now. We were up there at the levee where we're stuck. We put the boat in there, and then I took it down towards, I went east. I'm sorry, I went west, and then you have a little offshoot that goes up to the 220 right there, and you have a car in the river or in the creek there.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that car that's in there?
Well, that's what I was told is you have a car here.
Yep.
And I don't know anything about it. Can you send me a pin to this number?
Yep, I'll do that for you right now.
Dave?
I'm Jared.
Jared? Okay,
Yes.
Jared.
So that's completely down. This one looks like it was part of this Ford semi-wreck here. So I don't think that the car didn't come in here. The car came in through here because it's over, see where the styrofoam is at there?
Right,
Just to the right about 5 feet. and out about 10 feet is where the car's at. It's only in 6 feet of water, 12 feet of, or 7 feet of water. So we shouldn't even need dive gear on it. We'll just suit up so we're dry and warm.
Okay.
And then pull a plate on it for you and identify what it is. Come on. There it is. So it appears as though it's on its wheels and it's laying this direction.
There was a truck in here.
Yeah.
Okay, several months ago.
Right.
We were able to find it, but I don't think they ever pulled it out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was ever taken
So this
out.
might be the truck.
It was right here. I know it was somewhere in this area.
Was it a Ford? You have some Ford parts here.
Parts right there.
Right.
Yeah, it ran off the road and it went in the water.
Huh.
Nobody was dead in it. They swam out. They swam out.
Right.
But they never recovered the truck that I know of.
Okay.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. So Mike's got his guys are over. I guess you're gonna still identify just to make sure 100%, or are we gonna call this one for now? What's your take?
I'm gonna confer with my lieutenant, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the truck. Let me see what she wants.
Okay, sounds good. And then if you'd like to give me your card, I can email this to you or text it to you. But this will be an update for you on everywhere that we have searched. Everything in red that's on here will be what we've done. Everything in orange is what we've still marked off that we plan on doing, and this will update for you.
Did the family tell you about south of town?
So where her house was at?
No, the name of the, I guess she had left a diary or something and she made a reference to Caspiana Lake.
Okay.
So we thought maybe Caspiana Lake. Now we had Bossier Parish check it out because it comes off of the Red River.
Yeah, I'll look into this one here.
Yeah, in her diary she mentioned Caspiana.
Okay. But nobody's searched out there yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
3 hours later. 3 hours later. Dave, was it your fault?
I can't blame this one.
No. The concern is if he picks up that side, it twists it unless he picks it straight up in the air and is able to get it up. But I got a power line right there. Oh, Jared. The problem is that we're twisting right there. That is what I'm worried about right there, is that twist. Dumb moves. Six more feet. Good, good. Oh.
Yeah, he's out.
That was 7 hours of insanity.
And that's why I'm not getting a very clear image. Yeah, it's a pretty good truck. I found your Ford. Four-door Ford.
Pickup truck?
Yeah.
F-250?
No plates. Both the heavy body damage. The bumpers are missing. No plates.
Sorry, can you hook it up?
Say what?
Are you gonna hook it up and get pulled out or no?
You want it out?
Well, yeah, I got a tow truck here. We gotta get it out anyway.
Yeah.
But the truck, you just pulled the truck loose, and it came and it comes to you. Keep going. That truck's coming.
Firefighters does it take?
Huh? coming to you now. I thought we were water.
You have a cane? You want me to go to the bumper here? You know, I can hit the axle over here too, down low.
Yeah.
You want that?
Yeah.
Well, they claim the guy swam out.
No, that was a different color truck.
Different color truck. It was a red truck.
Red truck.
Oh.
This ain't red.
The seatbelt wasn't engaged when I reached in. We even get the other stuff. All right.
Really hoping that that's like a stick coming out of a clump of mud instead of a bone coming out behind the steering wheel. Or there's something there. I'm hoping that's a stick.
Oh no.
Yeah, like that's a stick, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. Who's got decent gloves so we can see if there's a bin right there? We'll let nothing go. There should be a bin right there somewhere. Hey, we need some water?
fitting to be tight? I can do that right now if you stop. We got the fence. We got to cut this fence. Keep going, she's coming good.
Well, as you see, I mean, there's good news, bad news today. Bad news is we did not find Savannah. The good news is there was nobody inside of the vehicle. Bad news is it wasn't the vehicle that they thought that it was, but the good news is it is a vehicle that is now out of the river that they did not know about before. Now, the thing is, tomorrow we are going to search 2 new locations that were brought to our attention. One is going to be the lake on the way to her house, but also, I don't know if we caught this on camera earlier, but we have a vehicle that's been identified at a boat ramp off of Highway 84 that nobody has dove on that we know of. Fire department was doing a search earlier this year, or last year, after Savannah went missing, as far as we understand, where it was somebody that went overboard in a boat and they found the individual at the boat ramp, and that's when they spotted the car. So fingers crossed tomorrow, that is going to be the very first vehicle that we go identify and dive on, and I sure hope we can bring Savannah home tomorrow. And so thanks for being a part of this with us.